cousins, it's Chantel. Now, if y'all saw that video I did about the code switching, that got me to thinking. If you can, you should maybe find a young person and mentor them, because the art of code switching and job readiness is lost on this generation we got coming up now. Kids don't know the first thing about proper English and dressing for a job interview, creating a resume. Simple stuff like that is no longer being taught in schools. Last weekend, I was in Old Navy with my son, and I saw a young man coming there for an interview. The reason I knew he was coming there for an interview is because I heard him, introduce himself, and he was looking for the manager. Now, the way he came in there, number one, I wouldn't have known he was in there for an interview, because he came in, he had on some distressed jeans. If you know what distressed jeans are, the jeans that's like raggedy. You buy them looking like that. They're raggedy. They have the holes and strings in them. He had on some Nike slides. He had on a wrinkled T-shirt. That's not how you go into a job interview. Young men, if there are any young men watching this video, when you go to a job interview, even though you're supposed to dress for the job, you should have on a pair of plain black shoes, maybe, a pair of black slacks, a white shirt with a collar. If you don't have that, because I know sometimes you don't have that, because if it's your first job, you might not have the money to, have that kind of stuff, especially if you're coming from a low-income family, and that's no shade. Wear your school uniform to the job interview so that you will at least look presentable. And as you get paid, put some money aside so you can have at least one decent dress-up outfit. Young ladies, the same for you. You could wear, if you don't have, dress-up clothes to go to a job interview, you can wear your school uniform. And then as you start to get paychecks, buy a piece of clothing here, a piece of clothing there, so you can build up to have a dress outfit. When you go to a job interview, you also don't want to have those long curved nails. You don't want to have duck nails. You don't want to have what they call junk nails. Have a simple manicure like this. Something, you want to keep it classy. And if you don't have if you don't have a resume, if you don't know what a resume is, because they're not teaching in school either, it's a small, it's more or less, it's a history of all your previous work experience. If you never had a job before, your work experience is your education. You are a full-time student, and you can also put in your extracurricular activities. You can put in your babysitting jobs, little things like that. You can either go into Google a no work experience resume. It's all kinds of things you can do in order to prepare to get your first job. And they used to have that in school. I am a firm believer, each one teach one, and mentoring these young people, because they are totally unprepared to get out here into the workforce after high school. And I hope this reaches whoever it needs to reach. And what got me to thinking about it is Miss Keisha from my earlier phone call, who did not know what it means to code switch. And I asked her how old she was, because I thought she should be old enough to know. But Keisha is 22 years old. My daughter is 23, and she knows what code switching is. And a matter of fact, she gets on me about code switching because she can't stand it. She was like, Mom, it gets on my nerve how you can just be one person at home, and then you go on the phone, and I can't even recognize you. That means I'm good at what I'm doing, baby girl. All right, y'all. Catch y'all in the next one. Have a good one.